Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we will be unboxing the Lenovo Legion Go S. So this handheld gaming unit is basically Lenovo's version of the ever so popular Valve Steam Deck, which, like the Steam Deck, runs Steam OS, unlike the regular Legion Go, which has Windows 11. So this unit has a modified version of Linux, which again is known as Steam OS. So some of you might be wondering, why did I purchase this when I just got a Nintendo Switch 2 a little while ago? That's because I've basically been meaning to get a Steam Deck this past year, and Best Buy actually had this unit on sale. So this is the 512 gigabyte version, which normally goes for $649, and Best Buy had this on sale for $200 off at $449. This video isn't sponsored by Lenovo or Best Buy, but that was basically an offer I couldn't refuse, because with Steam Decks, the 512 gig version of that console, PC, I guess, whatever you want to call it, actually goes for $549. So this one was $100 off compared to that one. So I decided to get this as a little early Christmas gift to myself. With that being said, we'll start by going over the box really quick like usual, although there isn't much on here. Right up here it says leg, and down here it says Ion, and that's basically spells Legion. Legion, of course, is Lenovo's gaming PC division. They make gaming laptops and handheld units such as the Legion Go and the Legion Go S. Here it says Lenovo Legion and Lenovo Legion Go S. Down here we have a few pictures, a couple of their handhelds, and an SSD drive and a battery. Back here we have more of that and some other stuff that they got to put on the box for government reasons. A picture of a battery and that it's flammable and stuff. And right here it says powered by Steam OS, which is why I bought this unit. I wanted one that has Steam OS and not Windows 11, you know, because I already have a computer that has Windows 11. So yeah, so with that being said, why don't we unbox this really quick. Get the seal open really quick. No turning back now. Okay, so wow, this is a pretty cool presentation right here. This is a so I take it that the console is actually looks like it's in between some styrofoam right here. This is like a outer cardboard area. I'm gonna put that to the side really quick because I want to save the best for last. Wow, look at this rainbow effect that's on the box. It's really cool. I like this already. So let's see what's at the bottom really quick. I wonder if let's see what's in here. If I can get this open. So you gotta open it. Looks like there's just an instruction manual right here. I guess this is all just. Oh, this must be like a display unit for the console. That'd be pretty cool. There we are. Okay. And here is the this is the AC adapter brick right here. I wonder how many watts this takes. It says it's 65 watts. That's I think that's around the same as what my Switch 2 and my regular laptop have. All right. Now for the pièce de résistance, here it just gives you some instructions on how to turn it on and plug it in and stuff. I guess you got to plug it in before you open it up. Okay, we are greeted by the analog sticks, the D-pad, and the A, B, X, and Y buttons right here. All right. Okay. All right, let's get this out of here really quick. This is a cute whale or dolphin that they have on here. It says contains 90% ocean-bound plastic by weight. Props to you, Lenovo, for that. All right. Okay, so first impressions. It does feel a bit bigger than my Switch 2. I'll do a comparison on the two in just a bit. I have heard that this is supposed to be pretty ergonomic, and it is. It's pretty ergonomic, you know. Kind of plasticky. The plastic doesn't feel low quality, but I do plan on getting a case for this at some point. More specifically, the Killswitch case, because they do offer one for the for the Legion Go S as well, but overall it feels pretty good in the hand thus far. So here we are a month and a half later at the time of this recording, and we now have the dbrand Killswitch case for the Legion Go S. I did order this case a couple weeks after I got the Legion Go S initially. The Ultra Bundle was $65 plus shipping, on sale from the usual $100 because of dbrand's Black Friday promotion. The bundle, unfortunately, was on back stock at the time I ordered it, so I did have to wait a month for it to arrive. But now it is finally here. As I mentioned, it is the Ultra Bundle, so it comes with a travel cover. It comes with analog sticks, analog nubs, and it also comes with this glass screen protector right here. Let's get this open really quick just so we can see. It's not a product, it's a culture. Yeah, sure it is. Okay, so here's a screen protector, and oh, that's a nice looking skull sticker right there from dbrand. And here's the squeegee right there. Actually, no wait, that's the squeegee right there. It's pretty cool. So on this box, as you can see, there isn't really that much to look at. There's just some tracings of the Legion console in its case itself. Here's a kickstand back here for it. We'll look at that in just a bit. Here's a bunch, well, here's one of the sides, and over here we have a bunch of zeros and ones, binary numbers. But yeah, so why don't we unbox this quick, okay? And we are greeted by this QR code right here. So right here is the case itself in this Jeep grille style travel cover. Let's put that right there really quick. And here we have the analog thumbsticks right here to put on top of the analog sticks for the case. It looks like this is a little bit smaller than the styrofoam it's in. So this is compatible with the PlayStation Portal and the Lenovo Legion Go S. They use similar joy grips. Let's put that right there. So, and right here we have the skins I ordered with it. These are the Cosmic Orange skins, which is based off the Cosmic Orange color that you can get on the iPhone 17 Pro models. dbrand did release this for a whole bunch of products, and I really like the Cosmic Orange color. Orange is one of my favorite colors, so I just had to choose this with the case. I can't wait to see what they look like on the console. I can't wait to give it some color. So here we have my Legion Go S, which I have been using for the past month and a half. Here is the case right here for it. Why don't we show it really quick? So on the back we have some vents for the fan, as well as this kickstand right here. It doesn't really seem to like to stay in place or anything. I mean, it's not like, oh, actually no wait, it clicks into place. That's pretty cool. So let's take the, whoops. Let's see if we can take the case off for just 1 second. As I mentioned, this is pretty reminiscent of a Jeep grille. And right here we have a couple flaps telling you to stop and watch the video first. That, of course, is referring to the to a tutorial video that that dbrand has in order to put this case on. These flaps right here, however, are actually for when you put the analog sticks over the console, so you can fit them over without having to, like, you know, touch them and potentially damage them or anything like that. But with that being said, I am going to put this case on the console, and I will have links down in the description if you'd like to watch the video for yourself on how to put the case and screen protector on. This video is not sponsored by dbrand, but dbrand, on the off chance you're watching this, you're welcome. And here we are, folks. One Lenovo Legion Go S with the dbrand Killswitch case on it. And so putting the case on, honestly, well, the screen protector honestly wasn't quite as daunting to put on as I thought it would be, considering that it didn't come with like a grip like the Switch 2 did, where you lock the console tablet part in it so you can put the screen protector on so it doesn't go anywhere. But like with the Switch 2, the screen protector pack did come with 2 screen protectors in case you fumble on the first one. I did get some dust in the first one, so I did fail with that one. And it did come with a second one again, so it did come out much better this time. There is some dust on the outside. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that's just because, you know, well, my bedroom's full of dust everywhere. So yeah, but so getting the skin on, it is if you've watched the instruction guide, it is important to make sure that, you know, it's flat all around so it doesn't get bunched up inside the case. Although After I put it on, I did notice that there's a little piece of dirt right there. I tried to get it out, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. But I mean, I can't really see it anyway, so it's fine. So the orange skin, on the other hand, I was a little worried whether or not, like, you know, in person, the orange and the black would contrast very well. But honestly, it looks pretty good. I will say though, the orange on the case does look a lot more metallic than I thought that it would. You know, it does have a certain shine to it that isn't on my Switch 2's skin. I'll show you more on that in just a minute. The skin on this one was a little harder to put on compared to my Switch 2 since it does curve on the sides, hence its ergonomics. But so right here we have the analog stick grips. You know, so it does make them pop out a little bit more like it does on my Switch, and they do feel really good on here as well. So on the back, as I mentioned, we have a whole bunch of vents right here for its cooling fan. There's no skins right here for the Y1 and 2 triggers, but the kickstand right here, it does lock into place, and there's even a couple micro SD card slots for it if you have more SD cards that you want to take with you. Which is pretty cool. So yeah, and also there's cutouts up here for more fan vents, a couple USB-C ports, headphone jack, and everything else. I'll talk more about everything in just a bit, but I'm pretty impressed with how this looks. It looks really good. So as I mentioned during the unboxing of the handheld, this runs SteamOS similarly to the Steam Deck. So essentially the Legion Go S is a Steam Deck, only with one less trackpad and made by a much larger company, that being Lenovo, which is known for its Legion lineup of video game hardware. So also, as I mentioned, I did buy this PC. It's kind of tough for me to call it a PC instead of a console because it's just console-like, but it does run a version of Linux, which I believe is called Bazite, which, I mean, I've never really had experience with Linux prior to this, but that is besides the point. I bought this because I did want to try out playing some games that are on Steam that aren't available on the Nintendo eShop on my Switch 2, you know, so this is a nice other gaming companion to have alongside the Switch 2. So when I first unboxed it, I wanted to make a video of myself unboxing it as soon as I could because during the unboxing bit of the video, I actually right after I got out of work that day, I actually went straight to Best Buy because I saw that they had one in stock that was still on sale for its Black Friday price, and again, it was an offer that I felt like I couldn't refuse. And before I talked any more about it or gave any first impressions of it, I wanted to give myself some time to familiarize myself with it, and I have given myself a month and a half. This isn't going to be necessarily an in-depth review or anything like that of this unit, but I will give a bit of an overview of it. Right here, as I mentioned, this is the trackpad for the unit. The Steam Deck made by Valve does actually have two larger versions of the trackpad. You can use that when you are in I think it's desktop mode when you use it in Linux mode. So here we have our D-pad, which is similar to that of an Xbox. Here we have our two analog sticks. They actually have the Hall effect, unlike the Switch 2, so they're actually magnetic. Here we have the A, B, X, and Y buttons, and so the sticker is actually covering up these buttons, but I do already know what they are, so that's not a big deal. Here we have our options button. Here we have our quick settings button. Here we have the Steam button, and I'm presuming that's the screen capture button. Up here we have our power button. It tends to pulsate whenever the console's sleeping. And here we have our volume up and down. We have our 3.5mm headphone jack, which is cool. You can still plug headphones into this thing. I've never used a Bluetooth headset with any handheld consoles. Here we have two USB-C ports. I'm pretty sure they're both for charging. I know that one of them definitely is. Here we have a vent right here that lets out air from the fan, which is back here. And up here we also have the LB and LT, as well as the LB and RT trigger buttons. At the bottom we do have a micro SD card slot. So unlike the Switch 2, this actually does take regular micro SD cards. I'll talk more about that in just a bit as well. But again, back here we have Y1 and Y2 triggers, which is pretty cool. And right here we actually have two switches right here for if you want to lock the T triggers in place. You know, it might come in handy depending on the kind of game that you play. I hope I didn't scratch that when I don't think I did. Still looks good. But anyway, again, here we have a fan, and I don't, it doesn't look like there's anything on this side. So the dbrand case does also come with this with this kickstand right here. So if you want to set it down on a table and use like a third-party controller like an Xbox or PS5 or whatever kind of controller you have to play this thing on, you can do that if you'd like. Again, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever use this. Maybe we'll see, but it does seem to come in pretty handy. Let's do a quick side-by-side comparison of my Legion Go S and my Switch 2, which I've had since September. I've really enjoyed playing games on this a lot, but so holding the consoles, the Switch 2, in comparison to the Legion, does feel sleeker and lighter, but even with the grips back here, it feels very comfortable. But the Legion, I will say, with and without its case, does feel more natural to hold because the grips are more swoopy, whereas this is a little bit more, I don't want to say angular because it's not, but you know, it just kind of, it's a little bit flatter, I should say, than the Legion. So for both consoles, why don't we stand these up really quick? Oh, that reminds me. So the Switch 2, with and without the case, does actually have its own built-in kickstand, whereas this only has a kickstand if you get the case for it. Stand them up really quick like this. I wasn't going to do this initially because I didn't think they'd fit into the frame that well, but so as you can see on the consoles, the analog sticks are in the same type of locations, as are the D-pads and the A, B, X, and Y buttons. Here we also have a screen capture button right here, and again, I presume that that's what that is right there, even though it's covered. And this is the home button right here on the Switch, which the Legion also has. And the Switch does have a dedicated chat button right here, but as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but Steam does not have that sort of feature. You can do that on Discord, or maybe there are like some games you can do that as like a third party on or something like that. But the Switch does not have any trackpad, but the closest thing it has is you can use the Joy-Cons in mouse mode when you play certain games, but the Switch does not have Windows or Linux or anything of the sort because it's pretty much a dedicated gaming console, whereas that's technically in a way a PC. I keep calling it a console because, again, it has the same controllers as a console. So so the speakers for the Switch are right down here, whereas in the Legion, they are right here on this grill. Before I used this case on it, I was worried about covering up the speakers at times with my hands, and I was worried about covering up the speakers too with the orange skin for this, but luckily I was able to get them on correctly the first try, which is great. So another big difference for both consoles is that the Switch obviously does take physical games, which I'm a big fan of. I have Pokemon Legends EA in here right now, and the battery's at 19%. I gotta charge this. I just charged my Legion. The battery life on the Switch and the Legion, from what I've experienced, they have about the same battery life, which I don't find the battery life on either of them to be particularly impressive. But we have the Switch. You can charge using the USB cable, the USB-C port up here, and the one down here too, especially when you're docked, but it'll work even when it's not docked. But both the Legion's USB-C ports are located at the top of the console, and there's a little indicator right there to let you know whether or not it's fully charged, and the power button on the Switch does not have a pulsating light like this does. Both consoles do take micro SD cards, but the Switch 2 only takes micro SD Express, which is a little bit more expensive than regular SD cards. The Legion, on the other hand, again, it does take regular SD cards. So another thing that I noticed is, so the Killswitch case for the Switch 2 says dbrand on the back of it, so it's almost like the game console's is made by dbrand, whereas this one does not have any branding on it whatsoever, which I also kind of like. Normally it would say Lenovo down here because, again, Lenovo does make the Legion. So as far as the skins go, as you can see, I do have the color match skins for the Switch 2 because they have accents for the Joy-Cons on the inside and under the thumbsticks, and the color on them is supposed to match. with the Legion, I did mention this earlier, but the paint is, the color on these is very metallic, and it's not quite as bright, at least in certain lighting conditions, compared to the Switch, you know, but they both still look really good. A couple other things I forgot to mention is that both consoles have LCD screens, but with the Steam Deck, there are OLED options. In fact, I think those are the only options that are still in production. But so the Legion has an LCD screen, so if you want an OLED screen, you might want to get a Steam Deck. But so the Switch 2's screen is 7.9 inches, and the Legion's is slightly larger at 8 inches, which I mean, again, not much of a difference, and you know, they both have around the same resolution. But with the Switch, you could dock it into a TV, and it'll go from the screen on here displays in 1080p, and on the TV it can go up to 4K. And also the controllers on the Switch, they come off, and you can use them wirelessly, whereas on the Legion, if you want to take these off, well, you're stuck with them on like this. The only thing you can do is use a third-party controller. You could use a controller even when the Switch is in handheld mode as well. But I mean, if you want to use it with the controllers off, there you have it. I hope you all enjoyed my unboxing and overview of the Lenovo Legion Go S, as well as the dbrand Killswitch case for it. So feel free to let me know down in the comments if you own a handheld gaming PC, if it has SteamOS and Linux, or if it runs Windows 11. And also feel free to let me know if you'd like to see an update video on my handheld game console collection, because safe to say, I think we're due for one. You can check the video out here, and feel free to leave a like on this video, as well as that video while you're at it. Thanks for watching.